What's up, fire signs? I am going to do a recorded version of this and try that. YouTube is just being crazy all around, so let's see if this works. So we are doing a fire sign weekly love. This is going till the end of Sunday. All fire signs: Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, and it is fly or jive. So is this a fly connection? What's going on? Or is it real jive? Just, they're talking slick. It's up to no good. You don't want to mess with it. All right. So for our jive cards, we got the Game of Thrones, playing games, and for the fly cards we have the Art of Love. So what's good coming out of this relationship? What's negative? We have a card from the Tarot of Delphi, which is seeing what spirit, the universe, whoever you connect to spiritually is giving advice on this union. And then we have an overall tie together oracle for advice and a message here from the flower reading card. So here is a little montage of what we are using, and I have also the subconscious cards that we'll check into as well. All right, let's get into it. So for them, we have the Six of Hearts, the past. So this can definitely be someone from the past that is coming back around to you. Someone that you have some nostalgia, some happy, some sad nostalgia with. And I do feel like it's more than one person. Makes y'all fire signs. You always have more than one chance at a suitor or more than one suitor available. So I feel like there's more than one suitor, maybe even a handful for some of y'all. And some of these are people that you just had like distant crushes on, but some of them are ones that you actually had physical interaction with. Maybe they even bought you gifts or, paid to take you out. And there's kind of a melancholy energy that's there with reconnecting with them and that they're feeling. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And here we go. We have Knight of Hearts. So yeah, this is a Pisces card. This is a Scorpio card. It could definitely be a Cancer as well. All this blue energy here. So romance. So this is someone who definitely had a crush on you in the past that still holds a flame for you. I would say that their attraction and romance of you is very much like hinged on how you were in the past though. So if you've drastically changed, they might not see you clearly. They might still, like, they're still looking at you with those kind of past bar goggle eyes, however you were 5 years ago when you went out or whatever, and not necessarily fully currently grasping who you are. But they definitely are coming forward with romantic intentions and wanting to act on something that either slipped them by or that they felt ended too soon. So what are you bringing that's good and fly to this romantic interaction, fire signs? We have the King of Hearts, healer. So again, there's water energy all over. You might have water signs. If you're Sag, you might have Scorpio in your chart. If you're Aries, you might have Pisces. If you are Leo, you might have Cancer. There's a lot of water coming out in this. So you're full-fledged ready for like a real relationship though. You're ready to, we have healer here. And part of your motivation might be healing the fact that you felt turned down in the past, or that you missed this relationship in the past, or that maybe you weren't, like I said, you're just more kind of upgraded, you're more healed, you're more emotionally available and learned in relationships now than you were then. And so you might want to go back and kind of apply this romantic knowledge that you have now in this new self to the old people and situations, and see if maybe it can work out better or work out at all. Seven of Stars. So here's a little fire. So this is like the Seven of Wands, faith. So this is you feeling very confident. I think you're well aware that you can have a lot of suitors, as we said, that you can beat out any challengers. I don't really feel you are worried about challengers. I think you're more focused on, like, you're very confident and very much focused on, like, okay, is this what I want? I have all these options and there are some kind of flames around this. So it's just like you're ready for passionate, deep connection and love, and you're more analyzing, is this someone that I can believe in? All right, so let's look at the jive. it's that's good. This is good. This is sweet. That's beautiful. But we need to peek underneath and see what the mess we could potentially be dealing with. So on there, look at this, Two of Cups. they're just trying to smooth you. Yep, there's that Cancer energy. So we have all water signs present. And then we have a Leo dominant energy too. If it is another fire sign, could be another fire sign. Two of Cups here. So this coming up on the negative though, some of you need to check and see if they don't have another partnership that's going on, or if they still feel emotionally connected to someone that they had a very serious partnership with, like a marriage, an engagement, a long-term romantic interaction, because it is coming up in like the slick side of things, what you need to be aware of. Some of them though, what it is that they're very serious about you, and they're showing like, okay, yeah, let's just date, and they're being dreamy. But especially if you're messing with a water sign, like they're serious as hell, and you might not expect how serious they are, fire signs. So for some of you, that's what that is, and they might even some of you might be getting a proposal or something like that, and you're like, dude, like I didn't expect that. I didn't expect my ex, or this person that we had this ongoing crush, to come back and just like jump in so deep with me. All right, what else do we got? We have the King of Swords. So for some of you, there is an air sign energy. They could also be dealing with an air sign. So for some of them, especially if you know that they have another relationship, there's air sign popping up, particularly Aquarius, but Libra or Gemini could be as well. It could be a Cancer with a lot of Gemini in their chart, or a mix of water and air for them. So some of them do definitely have a very intense relationship that's been going on since you guys have been apart. And so be aware of that if you haven't really checked that out yet. Do a little, I know you don't like your buzz being killed, but do a little homework and check. Like I said, I feel like you have multiple people from the past coming. So just kind of fill it out and make sure who is actually available and who's not. Now, some of them, their issue that they have is that they're very much, they're jaded in relationships, and there's a whole friend zone thing that's going on. The King of Swords is very much like, he's not so good in relationships. He's in his head too much. He's like, more about like thoughts and theories. So this person might have this theory of this, like how soulmate relationships are supposed to be, time frames of things, how the interaction's supposed to feel, how your friends are supposed to get along, just all kinds of rules. And in their head, they might also be overly influenced by their friends and their social group around them. Or if you guys had very strong social constructs of like your friend dynamic group, it might be very hard for them to shake that and to allow the relationship to happen, which might be why the relationship was blocked in the first place. Especially if you guys like dated each other's friends within the friend group or something of that nature. On your side, the Jive, we have Justice reversed. So for some of you, these are people that you turned down in the past, and you were like, nope, that ain't my soulmate. I ain't trying to be with them. Like, they can never live up to my standards. Like, you might even spread that around the social group. Like, no, I'm not going to date them. No, we're not going to do that. Some of you chose someone else to go and get married to, or you're just coming out of a divorce. And so it could either be because you chose that relationship over this person, or just that you're dealing with the scars of these very significant relationships that you've been in, that you're not able to fully put forward into this relationship. And so that's causing a little bit of slickness going on. And then this is the Game of Thrones tarot, so it's very vivid, visceral, I should say. The Hangman reverse. So you're also really not in a place, fire signs, where you're truly trying to see someone's perspective. So especially if they have Pisces in their chart, or you have Pisces in your chart, you're not trying to be hoodwinked. You don't want to be taken for a fool. You don't want whatever this has happened in your past, whether with them or with another person, where you were taken advantage of and you weren't seeing things clearly. Like, you don't want that to happen. The King of Hearts, the King of Cups can be very reserved with his emotions. He's totally in control of them. And so you're like, and that's a Seven of Wands right here. Like, you're like, no, I'm gonna come out this winning. I'm not trying to come, and I'm not interested in just being like, oh my god, I want to just feel and be dramatic, and I don't care, tear me to pieces, how y'all were when you're younger. Fire signs are very much like that. It's like you're kind of on your grown folk stuff right now. You want to see things clearly. You want to know exactly what's going on. And I feel like you're not going to be tolerant of any dirt that's going on, really. All right. And so it's the Hangman also showed up in your subconscious card, so we'll go over that. And up here is the Hangman. So this is the one torn asunder, is what it's called in this deck, which is the Tarot of Delphi. So this is exactly what y'all don't want to happen, is that you only see the other perspective, the other side, the other, what the other person's really up to when it's too late, and that fear that people around you in the group know what's going on and that you don't. So for some of you, you really need to check with your friends and get the 411 on this person. Like, yes, there's all this love, they want to connect and da 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 da, but are they like running from a marriage? Are they not just telling you the full story? And some of you fire signs are the ones who are doing this, because I see it over here. Some of you guys are going outside your relationship, or you're just not as willing to commit, at least to this particular person, or to forgive this stuff as you think you are. So it's like in yourself, yes, you could have a very full-fledged, adequate, deep, loving relationship, but when it comes to these people, these options, you're not really feeling it. And part of you, like, if you had to, you would shred this person. So you have to kind of see if that's taking you where you want to go, or kind of backtracking. In your subconscious card here, we have the Hanged Man from the Art of Love Tarot, and it's called the Turnaround Revolution. So it's like you have done work to see the other side of yourself spiritually, and to learn and to sacrifice and love very hard. So if they're going to take you backwards to where you're unlearning that, and where you're the one that's getting torn up, or you're feeling like you want to tear up another, it might not be worth it to pursue the interaction. Again, we have the Knight of Cups that popped up in the subconscious cards over here. And then we have the Tower as well. So just boom, out of the past, bam, here I am, bam, here's some feelings, bam. Let me shake up everything that you've grown and worked into. So either you're shaking them out of stagnation, or shaking up their growth that they've done, or they're doing that to you. So this person might come back, and all of a sudden you're like, dang, did I even grow at all? Like, I feel like I'm just right back to kindergarten love, not knowing what the hell I'm doing, reacting, or back to that crazy high school love where you're just interacting, being dramatic. So and that's why this person's trying to stay cool for a bit over here, because they know it could go there. So if you guys had some kind of crazy that either you personally had, or that you elicited in each other back then, it could really come out. So it's saying to use some wisdom. Use wisdom with your interaction. Magnolia, that is magic too. So some of you might have been manifesting this person, calling them in, witching them in. But this says to use wisdom with what you're trying to actually make happen. Neptune is all over here with the Hangman card. Again, a lot of Piscean energy. We have Neptunes and Pisces right now. So it could be that, there's a lot of romantic feelings and soul feelings, but you don't see each other clearly. So your advice is Mexican Marigold, Vitality. All right, this could be the region that they're from, their culture, but it's also just talking about marigold is very much also called calendula. Is very much about victory. And it's funny because I do see court stuff over here. So someone, like, I see the victory card in court. So somebody, I don't know, some of you had very like tough interactions with this person before. Some of you might be thinking about getting back to someone that you had a divorce with or separated from. Or I don't know, there's just something kind of somehow tied in with like paperwork and the theme of justice for some of you. But here we have vitality. So that's really what you're wanting. Overall, fire signs, if you're like, okay, what do I want? You're wanting to be victorious. You're wanting to come out on top. You're wanting to still feel like you're alive and invigorated, and like you still have, that you're still able to go along without feeling jaded, and that you can still be passionate and trusting and loving. So if this interaction or these interactions with all your options are not offering that, then you know that it's not what you want at this time. All right, so there's the fly and the jive. Let me know how you feel about that, how it resonates. Leave your comments below, subscribe, and I will talk to you later.